You thought we solved this so many times before.
So what do you do here?
You
press.
So I hit this puck.
Hit the puck.
It's
Yep.
different when
There's a
you're thinking
configuration
about
option that you
Now
have to
I'm
set
back.
to either confirm a barcode on the way in to make sure I picked the right thing,
Sure.
or it'll just tell me where to put it.
Okay.
Because we have a customer tomorrow who's really anal about stuff going in, I have this set up so it will actually confirm it. And then once I scan
Most
it,
people wouldn't know.
Do you actually? You just scan one of those UPCs, or
Right.
Well,
I know
only
I've actually
because
got physically
the
got the
cut-
right
because it's set up that way?
It's set
right.
up to confirm that item before
I
he
understand.
puts it away. Otherwise, once
would
the
just-
light went flicked on there,
Immediately.
he just hit that button and
Yes,
it would
right.
automatically put it away.
Yep. Okay.
So there's the configurable.
That much.
Did you get like a manual
I set that up to the gas demo.
with all of these like configurable options in it? Is there something that
There isn't, but a document will come out of this
And it
because
goes-
of workflows.
just so we know
And you
what our
confirm.
options
You just
are.
confirm.
pretty much
that-
the same thing.
One thing, what the option is later.
Because I scanned the each already,
LCD, yeah. Okay.
it won't ask me to scan it again going back in because I've
Okay.
already scanned it once.
Right.
So once I pick this, it'll ask me to scan it right.
And again, it's recommending. It's driving these pods over and recommending based on our cube, right?
It's biased off of three different things. In order, priority, it's size. So we try to find the best cubic size. Second, then is product velocity. So if we have two things of exactly the same size, we'll try to put this with other products, either both fast moving or slow moving.
Gotcha.
And then third is some sort of covariance across them, so that if we can find things that are within that same size and they're both the same product velocity, we'll put this with something else that also sells. the same
Peanut butter and jelly. If people order them together, we want them on the same pick face to maximize.
You will try and
efficiency.
put product in an existing location with the same
Same
item.
product or not?
If you have space,
Go on the same face.
even if you have space available. So even if that item's in another location and you have space available in that same location.
No.
This we just scanned this to replan it. Is this pod going to come over with that?
Oh, so
This isn't here. You just scanned this.
It's,
This has to be
it's not a
replaned in.
designated store. I think there's a designated storage location that says I always want to have candies, Hershey's, and that thing. So if I
Well,
did-
you
not,
think-
no,
consolidate
just
now.
because
Okay.
it's
Right.
because I already have it and I have room.
Yes, so we'll
it's-
consolidate first.
So you'll
Right.
consolidate
Okay,
first.
okay.
Okay, thank you.
What about? Okay, so the corollary to that is how do you distribute products so that we don't have, if we're selling lots of these guitar picks, how do we,
You can manually split them, can't you? In the system, you can just physically move them to another location and scan them in if you wanted to. Right.
Generally, the system's going to direct where it's going to back in.
got
You know,
lock
the
code.
system will manage it.
Pardon me?
The system will manage that. So,
Barcode product.
so if I need it in more, if I need it in 4
Not for
pods, is it gonna,
this-
as I receive it, is it gonna
Yes,
drive
we
it into
will.
4 pods, or it will?
But we're
Because
talking
again,
about
that's the
kind
second-
of
that's
like
the second product velocity,
the
but it's one
promos
product velocity
area, a drugstore,
concepts that we-
where you have
Okay.
so much volume for
and
100
the
items.
reason
You
is
spread it out so that
so we
every
don't
item.
Starve
Yeah,
the
you
worker
won't work.
having
Yeah.
one pod
Right, I won't have
guitar
one pod with all my pick, with just that one pick on it, so, we only have 2 stations, so it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but
Right.
in some cases we want to consolidate because they're slower movers and we don't want to waste. But then in another case, if it's a really fast
wanna
mover,
distribute it, or-
we want to distribute it because
Yeah.
we don't want all of the work going to one station. That's all.
Is the space being managed by Cube?
Yeah, so when you actually build this pod physically, you also build it virtually in the system. Basically scanning, that's what these barcodes are for. I have partition here, I have a partition here. We know the size of this, and then for this product size, we also store hand height. So how much hand height do I need in order to be able to pick this out? And whether or not this product has to be stored vertically or can be stored in any orientation. And based off of that, we know this cubic velocity, we know the cubic size of this, we know the hand height, we know the window size, so we put stuff away based off of all that. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of logic actually.
And do you, as far as labeling though, I guess we'll get to that, how, the label on these, is that always consistent? Is it always B1 through B16?
Always
Is it
16 slots.
16 slots, okay.
This is the B
Kind of like
face. of the pod.
drugstore where there's always
B-face, right.
9,
Gotcha.
right? There's always 9, but then you only use 1, 2, or you use 1, 2, 3,
Right.
or
So in that case there, that's only, it's using that whole
it's
space
using
is
space, but it's only
B10 or whatever.
Yeah,
It
that's
points,
the
it
way.
actually looks like the fact that there's 3 here and it picks one
Midpoint.
relatively middle. Point this one.
That's considered a bin in our.
Okay, that's a bin. Okay, that's
considered
a bin.
in our system.
Okay.
A bin on
So
a
there's
pod.
4 bins on that, actually there's
Yes.
8 on the whole level, is that right? So 8 or,
Well, facing us, there's 4 there, 3 on the
Okay.
next one, and 2 on the
Because it's mirrored,
bottom.
there already.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to have symmetry.
Right.
In fact, this one doesn't.
That one doesn't have symmetry actually, because the A side is actually. Would it ever tell you to load stuff in the A side or not? Is that the if that's
All 4 faces. Depending on
four
how you
faces?
configure it, by default, all 4 faces are
okay?
installed for. So for this bin, we could present this side, or we could present this side.
Okay.
You know, depending on whether we have to rotate or not.
Do we need to give you a product attribute of? You said of directionality
So keep
or
vertical is one of the
orientation?
flags that we have. So keep vertical. This is a good example. I want this to keep vertical because I don't want it this way. So I'd have keep vertical on for this. Maybe keep vertical off for this. I don't really care.
So we have to send that to you?
By default, everything we set to is keep vertical.
Keep vertical. Okay.
And then if it's a problem, you can turn it off.
Okay. Good enough.
How are we doing agenda-wise, Dan? And all of this stuff is important, but we're going to talk about all of this stuff in greater detail.
We're about 10 minutes behind right now.
Okay.
So
Were you done, Greg? How's
I
that
should give you a
for
good
time?
foundation to talk.
That's good.
well, yeah, he's doing
I like
the
that.
workflow, so this is good. So he
So,
knows your
yeah.
questions in advance.
Yeah.
He'll prepare for.
I just saw Mark in that room upstairs. Was he next?
Yeah, he's next.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you.
Greg.
Anybody need the restroom?